Hello everyone, my name is Nancy Lockhart and I am actively volunteering as an experienced legal analyst, strategist, and advocate for Mississippi death row inmate Willie Manning. The Mississippi Scott sisters, Bobby Yates and Marissa Alexander, were a few cases where my contributions included publicizing, analyzing, and developing strategic approaches, either individually or in combination. Grab a sheet of paper and a pen, as you may need to take notes when we reach the call to action section. I will also post all of this information and the information I haven't gotten to yet. I'll post all of it on my blog. And the blog is located at www.nancylockhart.net. Also visit justice4willie.com. Justice4willie.com. Now we'll talk about Willie Manning. Willie Manning was unjustly condemned to death row for 2 separate double murders and received a stay of execution for 1 double murder in 2013. And all of this is in the state of Mississippi, Starkville, Mississippi. The county is Oktibbeha County, Mississippi. He has additionally received an exoneration in 2015. The stay of execution and exoneration were both a result of a wrongful conviction in the 1993 murder of an elderly 90-year-old mother and her 60-year-old daughter, which occurred in Starkville, Mississippi, located in the county of Oktibbeha. The Mississippi Supreme Court recognized that vital evidence was hidden in the mother-daughter murders, showing that the state's main witness lied for self-benefit. According to the most recent petition with new evidence and the actual affidavits, right now, Mr. Manning is currently challenging his conviction in a different double murder case that involves the murders of 2 students from Mississippi State University. Now, a lot of people have asked me, so I'll just go on and put this out. The mother-daughter murders were 2 black women. The Mississippi State University students were 2 white students, male and female. Mr. Manning continues to fight the capital murder charges, and your assistance is needed. At almost 56 years of age, Mr. Manning has been in prison for half of his life. This conviction is similar to the other one and was based totally on circumstantial evidence fabricated by jailhouse informants who have since recanted their statements. And this was fabricated by jailhouse informants with the assistance of Sheriff Dolph Bryan and coerced by the prosecutor, Forrest Allgood. Now, this information comes from the petition, the most recently filed petition. Mr. Manning was tried and convicted of capital murder without DNA, fingerprints, blood, fibers, or any fibers that were connected to him or connected to anyone else. So let me say that again clearly. Mr. Manning was tried and convicted of capital murder without DNA, fingerprints, blood, or fibers that connected him or anyone else to the murders. The state also did not have any witnesses, any eyewitnesses, and again used jailhouse snitches to testify against Mr. Manning during the trial. So you heard that right. There was no DNA trace evidence, such as fingerprints, blood, fibers, that connected Mr. Manning to the trial, to the murders, or connected anyone else to the murders. No DNA, fingerprints, blood, or fibers that connected him or anyone else to the murders. The state did not have eyewitnesses and used jailhouse snitches to testify against Mr. Manning during the trial. Now, the jailhouse snitches basically were all promised something for their own personal crimes that they were in trouble for. The most recently filed petition shows us that testimonies and statements have been recanted as witnesses admitted to lying and being coerced by the sheriff and the prosecutor in exchange for leniency in the criminal trials. Now, Paula Hathorn, Hathorn, who is Mr. Manning's ex-girlfriend, recanted her testimony and stated that at the time Sheriff Bryan sought her assistance, at the time that he sought her assistance, she was facing approximately 13 bad check charges in Oktibbeha County, Mississippi. And she was facing approximately 20 bad check charges in Lowndes, Lowndes County, Mississippi. Additional charges were pending in Macon, Clay, and Jackson counties. In total, she was accountable for over $10,000 in fraudulent checks and court fees. She has also revealed that either a deputy or Sheriff Bryan would give her cash, help with the bills, pay for the furniture, and or buy her fast food. And the affidavit and the court documents say buy her church's chicken. Okay. All of this happened before the trial. After her trial testimony, Hathorn also received $17,500 in reward money. That was a reward. Okay? Now, just a little more background about that. Hathorn was allowed to go into jail at night around 9 p.m. And all of this was to catch Mr. Manning up with, get him caught up to sound as if he was guilty of these crimes. Okay? But the court records and the affidavits, the court records definitely say that she was a lot different during trial than when she was recorded going into the jail 9 o'clock at night. Also, Mr. Manning didn't know that he was being recorded, and that information was not given to his attorneys. Okay, so that's just a brief background. There's a whole lot more to this case. Mr. Manning has been entangled in these two wrongful convictions entirely too long. It's obvious that there is no evidence against him. And I'd like to apologize to you all for my computer. I let someone new fix my computer, and it's just a mess, a grand mess. I say, don't try to cut corners or save money. Stick with what you know. And that's a lesson well learned to me. But anyway, we have now a call to action. Please assist Willie Jerome Manning, who is in Parchment Penitentiary, on capital murder if the Supreme Court does not accept this petition. An execution date will be set for him. So in 2013, a small team was able to get a stay of execution by educating the public on the story, by blogging, by making calls. Okay, it works. So your assistance is definitely needed in this call to action. Now, what is it you need to do? What we would like for you to do is please assist by calling each of these Mississippi government officials. Ask your friends and family members to do so as well. And I would like to ask you, say at least 5 or more people. Ask at least 5 or more people. I'm going to put this information on my blog. I saw a couple of typos, so I'm going to change those typos, correct all of that. I'll have it on the blog by this evening for those who were not able to write the numbers down. So, Attorney General Lynn Fitch, F-I-T-C-H, Attorney General, A-G, L-Y-N-N, F-I-T-C-H. The number is 601-359-3680. The Mississippi Supreme Court. Now, I've called all of the numbers, and all the numbers are good. However, I believe that calling the Mississippi Supreme Court needs to happen early in the daytime or something. I have not even gotten an answering machine. Okay? And I'm going to tell you what to say, but the Mississippi Supreme Court, the number is 601-359-3694. That's 601-359-3694. Also call Governor Tate Reeves. 601-359-3150. If you can't speak with someone, go on and leave a message, please. Now, this is a sample statement. I am contacting you to request a permanent stay of execution and an exoneration for Willie Manning, MDOC ID number 71931. There are serious doubts about the validity of the evidence used in his conviction, such as statements from jailhouse informants who have since recanted their testimony. And remember, these jailhouse informants definitely had motives for lying, because they were either they did it because they were promised leniency in their own criminal cases, meaning reduced sentences and whatever in their own criminal cases. And of course, testimonies were since recanted. Additionally, now this is something else. Most of criminal trials that we see have some kind of DNA evidence, or the state has witnesses, right? Okay. Additionally, there were no eyewitnesses, no physical evidence such as fingerprints, DNA, or fibers that could be associated with Mr. Manning, and it has been established that the prosecutor coerced informants with statements prepared by the sheriff. And yes, the sheriff did not have witnesses when he investigated this, did not have any DNA or anything that would connect Mr. Manning or anyone else. And I think it's safe to say anyone else thus far, because something has to connect to someone, but not to Willie Manning. Okay? Join us on social media. This is the next way that you can help. It is important that you subscribe, share, and comment to boost interaction and outreach. There's a Facebook group. It's called Justice for Willie Manning. And I'll be posting more on there as time goes by. However, the Facebook group is Justice #4 Willie Manning. Also follow me on TikTok. My TikTok is at NANCYL1919. That's at NANCYL1919. X, which is formerly Twitter, at NANCYLOCK1919. That's at NANCYLOCK1919. YouTube, the name is Nancy Lockhart, and it's at Wrongful Convictions 1, at the at symbol WRONGFULCONVICTIONS 1. Now, a third method of supporting is contributing donations to me so that I may continue to efficiently assist Mr. Manning. Okay, these funds are crucial for several purposes. One, we would like to go and visit Mr. Manning, and it's kind of expensive. 2, subscriptions to sites for making flyers, videos, those kinds of things are rather expensive. Okay, and for instance, I had to pay for something to get this video out because I feel that it's better to put a face behind instead of just a picture all the time. I felt that it was better to put a face. The man that called himself getting a virus out of my video, he also took my video maker out. Okay, now, so visiting Mr. Manning, subscriptions, and of course, you know, it's just expensive. Everything costs. So, I have a fundraiser. The fundraiser is http://spot.fund/Justice for Willie Manning. That's the fundraiser. For people who may not want to deal with the fundraiser, visit www.nancylockhart.net. That's NANCYLOCKHART.net for the PayPal button. And then cash out $ Nancy South 17. That's $NANCY SOUTH 17. And those are basically the only ways of donating right now. And that's about it. So please, if you're not able to donate, please don't worry about that. All of this is important, trust me. But the most important thing is calling those 3 numbers: Attorney General Lynn Fitch, 601-359-3680, Mississippi Supreme Court, 601-359-3694, and Governor Tate Reeves, 601-359-3150. Learn the facts about this case, and I will post on my blog a link to an article that I've written, and as I submit more articles, I will post those. You can help to get yourself, educated on the case. And then also, I'll see if I can post a fact sheet on there, and know what it is you're going to say before you call the numbers. And write it down like I did. I decided I'd just write it all down because, number one, we have a tendency to forget everything that we're going to say, and it's all very important. And we'll come back with another video to give more updates, more angles on the case, because this case is horrendous. It really is horrendous. They did not have any type evidence to convict this young man on, and they definitely didn't have anybody that saw it happen. Therefore, they did not have any eyewitnesses. And there were some other people who could have been interviewed that weren't interviewed. And then another thing that happened was, well, I might need to let that wait for another video. But one other thing that happened is the way the jury was selected. Okay, that was an issue. Ineffective assistance of counsel. There was an attorney who was well experienced in death penalty cases. They refused to he volunteered. They refused to let him help way back then at the trial. I mean, it's just a whole lot. And Mr. Manning has been in prison, I think it's roughly, almost 30 years. It's time for him to be released. He's innocent, just like he was innocent during that first murder of the 90-year-old lady and her 60-year-old daughter. Well, he's innocent of the 2 white university students. He's innocent of murdering them. They need to go and find the murderers. Thanks very much for listening. This is Nancy Lockhart, and we'll be back with some more videos. Thank you.